Maho Magic Bar is an intimate, interactive and mind-blowing experience which is set up alongside the Spiegeltent until the 7th of May. It is part show, part bar and all magic and features incredible magicians and performers from around the world. So I'm very excited to welcome from the Maho Magic Bar to the good stuff, Sho and Shirayuri. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you very much.
No problem. So how were you first introduced to magic and what was it that enticed you into becoming a performer?
The first time is maybe more than 20 years ago.
Wow.
When I was 7 years old or something.
Mm-hmm.
I and my family, we went to restaurant and there was one professional magician. Then I was so touching his show, and then this is my first experience.
Yeah.
Then so after I saw his show, I watched his show. I asked him, "Please tell me one trick. Please teach me. Please teach me." Then he taught me one trick, but it was very, very hard.
Okay.
But I practiced a lot. Then I showed to my friends. Then my friends loved it. Then so
Wow. That's amazing.
that's why I started.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you went and studied, right? You actually studied with a major professional, the incredible Shoot Ogawa.
Yeah.
Shoot Ogawa. So what was it like getting to be taught by such a pro?
After I entered junior high school, I was joining to magic competition. Then at the first time I got the first prize.
Wow.
Wow.
On the first go.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then at the venue
Yeah.
at the time, he was there. Then he asked me that, okay, so I have tour in Europe. So please come to me as assistant.
Whoa.
That's incredible. So
Yes.
you didn't have to go to him. He came to you and
Yes.
asked if you would
Yes.
come on board.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
How old
incredible.
were you?
At the time I was 15 years old.
Wow.
That's so cool.
Wow.
That's incredible. It would have been life-changing experience.
Yes. This is the turning point.
Yeah, absolutely. And can you describe your magic for us? What kind of tricks you do?
Actually, I wasn't the performer. I was a creator for magic. So my magic is very in the kind of original stuff. So sometimes I do magic with scent.
Yes.
The bedroom.
I'm sure you saw it. And sometimes I do magic with the cocktail drinks. And sometimes I do magic with Vegemite.
Vegemite.
Yes.
Wow.
Actually, that
that's
one is a brand new one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you go about creating tricks from scratch? I mean, it's one thing to learn what someone else is doing, but it's another thing to actually create it yourself. Where do the ideas come from?
I'm looking around.
Yeah.
That's why I do love supermarket.
Yeah.
I always I always there like a market town. I'm always in market town every time. Then I see a lot of things. For example, okay, so I see this paper. Okay, so what? It's like a homework to me. Okay, what can I do with this paper? What can I do with this meat? What can I do with this Vegemite? Oh, is it Vegemite?
Yeah. So taking ordinary objects and making them incredible or special.
Yeah. So it's gonna be. I think that's the best way to make my magic more unique.
Yeah. That's incredible. So, Sho,
Hi.
hello. You're an actor and performance maker from Brisbane.
Yes.
And have done incredible things both on stage and on screen. So, what are some productions that you're most proud of?
Well, one production that has really stuck with me, it was a previous work we did with Broad Encounters. which do Maho Magic Bar, and that was a midnight visit.
Yeah.
So it had like a 3-season run over the years in Sydney, Melbourne, and Perth, and then it came to Brisbane just after COVID, and that's when I auditioned, and then I got the role of Edgar Allan Poe in this like immersive theatre piece in Brisbane, and it was a really special experience. I really got to like test all my acting skills throughout this production, and that's how Kirsten and I developed a relationship. And then from that's how I got on board with Maho Magic Bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's incredible. So I actually heard that the Edgar Allan Poe character or role that you played, it had a lot of lines. Like there was some major script and dialogue, right?
Yes.
And I heard that when you were asked to play the part that you do in Maho Magic Bar, you were like, oh, there's no way I could do that. There's no way. So why? Why didn't you think you could do it?
Well, like it's just a little bit different. Like I thought like before hosting Maho Magic Bar, I had never been a host before, you know? I had always been given like almost like a role, you know, the character, the lines, the scenes. And whereas hosting is very much yourself on stage.
Nothing to hide behind.
No, there's nothing to hide behind or like there's no conduit. You know, the character acts as like a conduit for yourself. So there is a certain level of like channeling. Whereas with hosting, it's very much you on stage. And I'm not saying that's different for acting, but it's just a different sort of you. And I think the best advice I got was it's just heightened versions of yourself, which is very similar to acting. So that's why I was really apprehensive at the beginning, because I was like, oh my God, like I have to make up my own lines and make up my own like ideas and thoughts. And I have to like bring my own, you know, me to the thing. And it was just felt a little bit different. But after sitting in the role for a bit and playing around, it really has come naturally now.
Yeah. It feels like when I got to see you perform, it felt like you were absolutely meant to be there. And it was you, obviously a heightened version. Now, your character or you are very outgoing and your presence is just unmissable. I mean, it's really hard to take, you know, your eyes away from you when you're doing your thing. So has that been something that you've had to grow into? Has there been a journey into really embracing who you are and that really big personality?
Yeah, like I wouldn't say, like I've always been a little bit more outgoing and big and a bit loud and maybe a bit like intrusive or maybe obtrusive. I don't know, maybe not intrusive, but you know, there's a certain kind of energy I think that I pervade into a space, you know? And I think what helped me when I first started hosting was thinking of it as a role. You know, I was like this ringleader. I'm like this, like, I gathered all these magicians in my head. The story of me was like, I gathered all these magicians and they're working for me under my little thing, which kind of gave me that, you know, like dominatrix energy.
That makes a lot of sense.
Can you see that? How that's developed? But it's also, in another sense, it's like, because you get to heighten certain entertaining aspects about yourself and you get to really, like almost like the loudness of your personality is really valued in a setting like this. You really get to experiment with all of those sides of yourselves. And it's like, by doing this show, I really have discovered a lot more just internally about myself and the way I want to express myself.
Wow.
And even the way I dress, you know, it's been really fun.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is really cool. So, Shirayuri, before we speak some more about Maho Magic Bar, you've also spent some time on television, Japanese television.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about your experience there?
Oh, okay. So when I was 20 years old, after I had a tour with my mentor, Shutogawa, then I came back to Japan. Then just one day, I put my magic video, very short video clip on YouTube. Then Japanese television director found that. Then he asked me to appearing on TV.
Wow.
Yeah, then I appear very, very big Japanese TV program, and it was live performance. Yeah, at the time I was like,
That would have been nerve-wracking. Yeah.
how can I stop my sweat?
Yeah. Scary.
Yeah, scary. But that was very good experience to become professional magician, because at the time I wasn't professional magician. I was just magic creator. But in Japan, I'm very handsome. In Japan.
Yes.
So yeah. So then after that, other TV program asked me that would you be able to appear on our program?
Yeah.
And then I said yes.
Okay, well, I have one final question. I'd love to know, what's your favourite thing about being part of the Maho Magic Bar family?
The cocktails.
Bonus.
Yeah. No, it's just like the chance to work with like, I had never actually seen much magic beforehand before working on the show, and I hadn't ever worked with magic, you know. So through the show, I've gotten to learn so many new skills with magic, so many new ways of presenting, like performance in general. And it's also like the team that we have is so tight knit and works so well together. It's actually been really like traveling around with the same crew. You can imagine if there's one rotten egg or something, or if it's like, you know, but it's always been just so beautifully smooth, and it's always been such a like heartwarming experience working with everybody. And we all really rally together to do the best that we can. And that's something that I really admire and also value by working on this show, because it's like, it's just a really like lovely experience. Yeah.
How about you, Shirayuri?
Teamwork
Yeah.
is the best part of Maho Magic Bar. So every day before the show, Sho-chan teach someone how to make their voice more stronger, like a kind of vocal training. And sometimes some other magicians ask me how to make their magic more involved. So we have good part each other, and also we are exchanging each other.
Yeah, it sounds very generous.
Yeah.
That's very good part.
Also just like another favorite part would be teaching all the magicians naughty English words, you know?
Yeah.
I was about to ask which ones, but I probably shouldn't.
No, it's beep, beep, and beep, 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 you know? But like, it's just so fun, you know?
Yeah, very useful. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it is useful.
Sho and Shirayuri, thank you so much for spending some time with me today. Now, you're not leaving the studio yet. You're actually going to be performing some magic.
Yep.
But thank you so much for chatting with me. It's been a whole heap of fun. And everyone out there, be sure to go and head to Maho Magic Bar. Thank you.
Come see.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
We'll be waiting for you.
You.